All right. Well, hey, good morning, everybody. I'm Steve Caton with Alteza, and I'm super excited to have Jeff Wickersham from Morning Fire with me this morning. And just say hello to Jeff.
Hey, Steve, how are you?
Doing well, man. Jeff, it's great to have you. Really enjoyed the conversation you and I had. We connected on LinkedIn initially and had a great conversation where you got me all pumped up and fired up to have a great day. And I was really, I was just, I was not only motivated but also inspired and reminded about just the importance of bringing energy to every day, and just loved how you did that in our conversation. And so was really looking forward to having this kind of a little bit of an interview with you to learn more about where that comes from you or for you, and then be able to share that with business owners and salespeople that we work with at Alteza. So thanks for carving out the time to do that, Jeff. Really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me, Steve, and excited for the conversation.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about yourself. I'd love to for you to just share a little bit of the background and your story. So let's start there.
Yeah, and that's a great place to start, Steve. And really it goes back to my why. And I think the why is so important for people. And I spent about 20 years in corporate America. And then just over about 6.5 years ago, unfortunately, I had that life event that punched me in the gut, cut me in the knees, and had me question everything. And I lost my mom to breast cancer. So
Mm,
when you watch the woman that brought you into the world leave this world, it just fundamentally transforms you, right? You question, hey, is corporate America having me bound out of bed and on fire in the morning? What's my true purpose? What's my mission? What's my why? And shortly thereafter, I left corporate America, went out on my own. I was always into fitness. My late mother was always into fitness. Opened up a gym locally, and then what organically grew out of owning a gym was high performance coaching. I would have so many people that would put in a 10-question application to come see me, but only 15, 20, maybe 25% would actually answer a phone, an email, a text. And it was a pain point in my business. I wondered, why is that? And it's the place right in between your ears, your mindset, the mental game that is such a battle, as well as I was going through some struggles personally as well. And I knew I needed to up level. So I went down that deep personal development rabbit hole, coaches, courses, podcasts, books, you name it. I became that sponge. And that's where I came back with the 4-step morning fire methodology.
oh, okay, great. Well, so and you talk about the mental game, which I definitely want to come back to that for sure. So you were inspired to start the Morning Fire piece, and I really appreciate how you kind of connected the dots there for us. So tell us a little bit about what Morning Fire is.
So many times people wake up in the morning and they play defense, right? I've got two sons. One's going to be 13, one's 11. I've coached them in sports, basketball specifically, right? If you think about that defensive stance in basketball, knees are bent, hips are bent, your quads start burning pretty darn quickly. And that's how so many people start their days playing defense. And I knew there was a different way to go about it. And I love talking about bookending your days, right? What's that last 30 minutes of the day look like? How do you prepare for success in the morning, your next day? And then what's that first 30 minutes of your day look like? And how can you stack wins, quick wins over and over again? So you got so much forward momentum. I always relate it to like jet fuel in your veins, right? You're getting all these wins, you're feeling all this progress, all this momentum. Then no matter what you face throughout your day, what door you've got to kick down, what hurdle you've got to jump over. You're so much more equipped to do that rather than playing defense where you're looking at your phone, you're bringing in negativity, you're throwing yourself in the shower, you're saying, I can't believe I got to do this again today. Well, no wonder why your day doesn't turn out truly how you want it to turn out. So it's really what I call the foundation to anything. And for business owners, entrepreneurs, somebody in sales, I relate it to your business, what you're doing professionally and personally is building that house. And if you continue to just fight and grind, you're building that house on quicksand. And everybody knows a sturdy house, a skyscraper of a business is built on a solid foundation. So I truly believe that nighttime and morning routines are the foundation for anything you want to build in life.
Yeah, I love that. Well, and you already have kind of addressed one of the key questions I wanted to ask you, which was what are the long-term benefits of doing that? If you get in that habit of doing it on a regular basis, what are the long-term benefits that you're seeing in people that do it well?
One of the long-term benefits is you will succeed at what you're doing, whether it's exercise, whether it's business, what you will eventually succeed. What happens is and the issue is we don't know when it will happen.
Hmm.
Right. And that's why I always say, and Simon Sinek in one of his books says, consistency is more important than intensity. Right. And if you're consistent over and over again, it might take you 10 years. Eventually you will get there. So you're just stacking those wins. I always love to say, just get a little bit better today than you were yesterday.
Yeah.
You're getting into that mentality, that mindset of constant growth and falling in love with the process. You're eventually going to get there. And if you got 1% better every single day for a full year, you'd be 37 times better than where you were back a year ago. You wouldn't even know who that person was if you're just adding on 1% every single day. So it's those small wins that you're just doing consistently that creates that long-term success. If you fall in love with the process, being consistent long-term, you are eventually going to succeed in anything you tackle.
Yeah, agreed. And I love the reminder that you don't see it necessarily in the moment, but if you're a year out from doing it and then you look back and see all that was accomplished over that period of time, you'll go, holy cow,
Yeah.
there was a lot accomplished there. But when in the moment, it is hard to see it. So that's a great reminder. Jeff, why do you think it is so hard for people just to actually do it? Like what do you see as the biggest obstacles to actually making it a reality? Because I don't think anybody listening to this is going to argue that this is a great idea, but so many people drop the ball when it comes to execution. Why is that?
One, we've kind of been lied to from a habit creation standpoint, right? I'm
Hmm.
sure everybody's heard it takes 21 days to create habit. Well, now neuroscience has proven out it can be anywhere from 21 to 67 days typically. So most
Hmm.
people say, I'm going to do this for 3 weeks. They feel like they've made it at 3 weeks, where actually that's when that old habit digs in and fights like heck to stay there, right? That they have taken brain scans, they see the old neural network, the new neural network, and that's the time you got to dig in where you think you've made it. And it could take 3 times as long as what we've been, told and is the bare minimum. So understanding and having awareness of the science of it definitely stops us in our tracks. And that's why 90% of people fail on their New Year's resolutions. And they say the third week in January is the most depressing week of the year. Is because if you went into it saying, okay, I've got to do it for 10 weeks, 70 days, I'm getting past that threshold, you're going to be set up much more for success than I only need to make it three weeks. And then you fall back to those old habits.
Yeah, that's great. Do you unpack that more in the book that you did, Rise, Fight, Love, and Repeat?
I do. Yes. That's where I give actionable strategies and right motivation, inspiration. Hey, that's great. You've got to execute. You've got to take action on it. And so many times people feel like, oh, I just need to be motivated or inspired. Well, if you just took action, you'd actually gain motivation, you'd gain progress, and then you're going to be compelled to take more action. So the action, the execution piece is vital to the process.
Yeah, amen to that. Well, tell us a little bit. I want to get practical. Tell us what your morning routine looks like.
So it starts at night, right? And one of the greatest things, greatest gifts you can give yourself is preparing for what you're going to do right when you wake up. Don't
Mm,
let your mind have to think about what to do in the morning as far as working out, glass of water out, all of those pieces. Have everything done at night. So when you wake up, it's about execution, it's about action, it's about movement, it's about that progress. So I plan everything, workout clothes are out. I've got my journal out, envelopes to write notes to my sons. My glass of water's out, ready in the cabinet. And always people say, "Well, that's kind of ridiculous. Why would you have a glass of water out?" And said, "Listen, what happens if you come downstairs and the dishwasher didn't get run? There's a clean glass in the house. That's your mind's first opportunity to take the easy way out and say, you know what, Jeff, this is just too hard today. Go back to bed." And the mind is wired to take the easy way out every single time. So anything you can prepare the night before is absolutely critical. And then when I'm waking up in the morning, it's that glass of water. 3 things I love to do regardless. And you can do these whether you're traveling, on vacation, business, drinking a full glass of water, getting a power workout in. I define that 10 minutes of movement and meditating. And if you can do those three things, it's amazingly powerful way to start your morning.
That's awesome. I'm smiling because I think of the what you said about the mind taking the easy way out, and I was thinking about just last week. I went down into my workout room, and I have a TV, an Apple TV set up down there, and I have these videos I work out to on YouTube. And for whatever reason, the Apple TV needed to be updated or whatever, and so I started doing that, and it was taking too much time. I'm like, I don't have time. No workout today. I'm out. Just that one little opportunity, man, for me to hit the eject button, and I did it. So,
So
uh,
you experienced it, and that's what happens, right? Our mind has a limited capacity, right? It can only burn through so many calories per day. So it's in conservation mode whenever it possibly can. So if there's an easy way and a hard way, we are wired to take the easy way.
yeah, that's a great reminder. So thanks for that.
You got it.
So let's staying in the practical realm here. I want to talk about specifically business owners because I know you and I both are working with entrepreneurs and business owners and helping them to achieve success in what they've been called to do. So talk about what, in your opinion, is the best first step that a business owner can take to create this sustainable, successful morning routine.
Commitment, right? Putting it down, putting it out on social. This is what I'm committing doing, committing to your family, fully committing, knowing full well that this is going to build the foundation for you physically, mentally, spiritually, nutritionally, to have the energy, have the mental capacity, the crispness, the clarity, the focus to be able to run so hard. And I always love to relate our bodies and our minds to a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. And if we're putting junk into our bodies from a nutrition perspective, there's no way we can run fast. If we're not in shape, we're not going to be able to run fast from a business perspective. And if you want the energy to be able to perform at a high level, all those pieces need to be in place. And then it will transfer to your business, right? It absolutely will. You'll be able to go longer and work longer and bring energy, enthusiasm, and excitement to conversations that people are going to resonate with. You're right. You're going to vibe at a different level because, hey, you're in shape physically, mentally, and spiritually.
Yeah, that's great. And then what about teams? So again, business owners are often thinking about their team as well. Is there something they can do to translate that to the team context as well?
So I love leading by example. And I would say as the business owner and having a team, leading by example and then giving the people that work for you that gift of true work-life balance, right? Spending 20 years in corporate America, I heard work-life balance many times. They never gave really practical ways to balance your life. So actually giving people the time and making them a priority right when they wake up, saying, hey, do not check your email. It can wait. Take time for yourself. Then all the people on your team, all your employees will show up so much better, right? It's that take care of yourself, then you can take care of others so much better. If you give them the guidance, lead them by example, you'll have amazing transformations in your people and the performance of your business.
Yeah, that's a good word. I think of the things we hear every time we get on the plane, you know, with the safety announcements and the flight attendant talking about the oxygen mask, right? Give it,
Yep.
we got to you take it ourselves before we can give it to somebody else. So now let's transition to sales. At Alteza, you know, we're out there helping emerging businesses grow their sales, and we have a sales team out there that are working with these businesses, and these are experienced salespeople who've been really successful. And I know all the best salespeople that I think of, the ones that I've led, the ones that I've worked with over the years, they've got their routines, you know, and they're pretty diligent to the point of being almost obsessive about it. But talk about how this can apply for maybe somebody that's just getting into sales, or maybe they're just like struggling with the, you know, the ebbs and flows of it. How can this morning routine that you're talking about, this discipline, how can it bring more energy to the table and success for someone that's in sales?
So when you start off your day on defense and you don't have that discipline right when you wake up, it's going to trickle down throughout your day. So if you're just starting out, you're struggling with making those cold calls or those reach outs or whatever it might be, you have an option and a choice right when you wake up to go down that path towards success, to say, you know what, no, today I'm going to be disciplined. I'm going to do all these things. I'm going to get some physical activity. I'm going to meditate. I'm going to get that mental space. And then that's going to start me down that path where I'm going to make those phone calls, or I'm going to do what I know I need to. Where if you decide to say, you know what, I'm going to hit the snooze button, I'm not going to get up on time, you are basically subconsciously saying, hey, my business, what I'm doing isn't worth it, right? There's extra 8 minutes of bad sleep, right? That's not quality sleep in any stretch of the imagination. So if you're hitting
Right.
the snooze button, you're not doing yourself any favor. You're basically telling yourself that this sleep, hitting that snooze button, is more important than my goals, the dreams, the things I want to attack throughout the day. So when you wake up, you have that choice, and there's a win right when you wake up. Nope, I'm not going to hit the snooze button. I'm going to go through these things. Just think about all those wins you're stacking. So regardless of how those conversations go, and if they don't go exactly the way that you would hope that they would go, you're still got that forward momentum. You still have that progress that you're laying the foundation when you wake up and take care of yourself in the morning. And there are going to be days where you don't want to. I have
Yeah.
days still where I've got to drag myself out of bed. And many times those are the days where it matters most. When we feel great and we can do things, that's easy. The difference between high performers and others is the days that we don't want to do it. We still have that discipline, and we still have the tenacity and that relentlessness to continue doing what we're doing.
Whew, yeah, that will preach, brother. Absolutely. Because we all are going to have those days. And hitting the snooze button, I love that analogy. I think about that in the sales context. There's a lot of times when we, get to the desk and we're getting ready to make that first call. We decide to hit the snooze button on that first call, and I think I'll just check email instead. I see it happen all the time where you're setting yourself up for a subpar day by hitting the snooze button. You're doing the same thing. And I'm sure you've seen that over and over again. So I'm preaching to the choir here.
Yeah, absolutely. And a couple tricks for that is get a little physical, right? If you feel that fear, I mean, scream a little bit at the top of your lungs, like say how you're going to kick butt on that call. Get that dog mentality that I feel is bred out of us as human beings, right? It's no, just be nice, just don't do this, don't fight with other people. Not that I'm condoning fighting. I'm saying when you're growing up with siblings, but you need to have that dog mentality. And I always tell somebody, I ask people, when was the last time you screamed just for the sake of screaming? And they'll say, I couldn't tell you. I screamed at my kid. No, just screamed like a positive scream, like just let it all out. If you do that, your state will be changed instantly. And you'll say, all right, I'm picking up the phone. I'm calling this person. Why was I even delaying on it? So
That's
that's
awesome.
that's one thing I love to do. And it was funny, Steve, I was driving this past week, and I looked out my driver's side window, and this girl was just dancing. She was dancing and singing in her car. And I thought, wow, how awesome was that? And we actually pulled up next to it, and I rolled down the window. I said, I love your energy. She says, today's going to be a great day. And we both screamed. And that's just how easy it can be. But so many people don't know, hey, just dance, be free, scream, and then you'll be able to fight through that fear.
Yeah, that's awesome. We might hear a lot of screaming going on whenever we post this on LinkedIn, and it'll be all good stuff, man. We
Yes,
we need a little bit of that positive screaming right now, don't we?
absolutely.
Yeah. So, well, this has been awesome, Jeff. I really appreciate this great nuggets of wisdom, and I am like 100% all bought in on it. So, if someone wanted to connect with you, learn more about the coaching you do, or just follow you on socials, what do they need to do there?
Yeah, so they can go out to www.themorningfire.com, grab a complimentary call with me if they'd like, check out the podcast. They can go out to Amazon if they want to grab my book, Rise, Fight, Love, Repeat, Ignite Your Morning Fire. I have my podcast is Morning Fire for Entrepreneurs, so I give daily doses of like 5 to 10 minutes Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and then I interview an entrepreneur on Wednesday as well. So and I'm out on all socials, Instagrams, Jeff_Wickersham, out on LinkedIn as well. So yeah, just look me up, send me a DM. Would love to chat and see if I can help you in any way.
Well, you've helped us today. You've helped me, and I appreciate that, Jeff. So thank you again for the time and just how you're investing in leaders of all shapes and sizes, man. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, Steve. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you bet.